Hey guys, cleaning videos sometimes catch a lot of flack because people are like, oh, you're cleaning a clean house. No, we're not. And I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. To the naked eye right now, my house looks clean, but it's not. Let me show you what I mean. My dining room looks clean. My kitchen looks clean. Hallway, everything looks like a clean house right now. But if we actually came up on it a little closer, no, I'm not talking about the fabric on the chairs. That is a whole nother demon we're gonna do a different day. But on my counters, you could see there's stuff everywhere. My sink right there, there's a mess inside that sink that needs to be scrubbed. Fingerprints and grossness all over parts of the stainless steel. Not all of it looks bad. That looks great. That does not. As well as my stovetop. From far away, it looked okay. From up close, hot mess. Just like this counter back here next to the stove from actually making breakfast and stuff this morning. There is stuff on this counter that you can't see unless you're right up on it. Living room, same concept. From here, looks great. You can't even see all the marks that are on that TV screen. You can't see how gross that coffee table actually looks. But when I bring you closer, you can start to see it. And there it all is everything stuck on top of that, and how gross that tray is. And holy crap, that's actually my TV screen. All the fingerprints and everything all over it. As well as dust, clean fireplace. Yeah, okay. I could write my name in it. So this is what I mean when it looks like we're cleaning a clean house. No, we're not. Now sometimes they might be, their maid might have just left. I don't know what's going on all of them. I could just tell you what's going on mine. And if you ever watch one of my videos and it looks like why is she cleaning an already clean house? It's because I'm not. I'm cleaning filth that you just can't see clearly when it's coming through the camera screen. Now jumping into tackling all these things that you see, I'm gonna go piece by piece and show you what I personally do to clean certain things, because I know a lot of people are, still learning how to clean certain parts of their house, or they could be using the wrong thing, especially when it comes to like TV screens. So I'm gonna start and just go step by step what I personally use for different areas in my home. First step, TV screens. If you don't take care of them correctly, you can actually damage that. And for a long time I was like, oh, it's glass cleaner. No, don't do that, because it actually leaves a film on your TV that's very hard to get off, especially multi-surface cleaners and things like that. Don't put them on your screen. Dust it off with whatever dusters that you like. I don't have any little fluffy ones on the stick. I've been out for a while. I have these from the Dollar Tree. They're actually meant for the floor. I use them everywhere. So good. I'm also gonna use them on the dust all over the place. You'll see that too. For the actual screen, when I go in to clean it, this is just a wet microfiber cloth, and I mean damp, not wet. You should wring out every ounce of extra water, and I keep a dry one just behind it to get any streaking out of the way. But take your duster and actually dust all around all the edges. When I do deep cleans, I also dust behind, because that's disgusting. But just, this is the edges of my TV screen. This is why I say dust first. The damp microfiber, you just go and clean the screen, and then take the dry one and just kind of lightly go across. There is still a film on this TV from when my parents had it, because they do clean it with Windex. So I'm still working on getting that film off. Furniture pieces in my living room, specifically ones I know will have dust on them. My coffee table, there's never enough time for dust to get on there because we're always wiping it down. But this one and the fireplace, I will dust them before I ever spray a multi-surface cleaner on here. I will dust them first. More dust on this. And all of this would have been on my microfiber, making it a lot dirtier faster, so I can clean less surfaces before I gotta switch out my microfiber. I threw my microfiber over there because I'm just getting that out of the way for a second. Use whatever you like to use for your furniture. If you've got antique wood, definitely use a wood cleaner, and be careful. Don't take advice from someone on the internet. Know your own furniture so you don't ruin anything. For me, I can either go a normal Mrs. Meyer's, this is the peony for summer. If I want something antibacterial, I'll go one of these routes. It's fine. Whatever you use for your furniture, after you dust, that's when you go in with stuff like this. My selection for today is the Mrs. Meyer's Peony because I bought a brand new bottle very recently, and August is in like 4 days or something like that, and I jump into the fall smells. So I'm gonna use this. Spray down your surface. You don't have to overly saturate your furniture unless it says. Like some of the bottles for antibacterial ones, they do specify to saturate because the product has to stay wet for somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes depending on the product. This stuff, you don't need to do that. And once it gets on your rag and your rag's already damp with it anyways, it's pointless to spray a bunch of extra product. That's just a waste. And then wipe it down. The coffee table has 0 knickknacks on it because there's too short of a space between the TV and the table. Otherwise, I would normally have decorations and stuff on that. I just can't, and that actually does really bum me out, but that's a different topic. Over here where it's got all these trinkets, if it looks as dusty and as bad as this does, take everything off instead of trying to dust around it because it just takes longer that way. Just take it off. Oh, if you have cats that like the catnip, this little thing right here is from Five Below. Let me move this remote so you can really see it. It looks like a little cat head with the whiskers and stuff. It's a roller ball of catnip. My 3 go insane for this thing. They fight over it. If you have a cat that likes catnip, just head Five Below. You won't regret it. When you take them off, before you put them back on, dust all of this that you haven't touched in forever. Dust that too. This is plugged in all the way down behind it. I'm not dealing with that. I will work around that, as well as anything else if it was like super heavy, or you know, just leave what you need to, but clean it off as much. This is the same one. It will keep going. And then just wipe all the dust first. When I say all the dust, give me all the dust. Come here. I'm gonna bring y'all closer so you could see all the dust. This is typically our catch-all, which is why it doesn't get dusted very often because it's usually always covered in stuff. Look at that. Okay, check that out. It's ridiculous. These things are great, and it's from the Dollar Tree. And now you can see all the stuff that's stuck that needs to be cleaned, and as well as the inside of this mirror frame, it's also dusty too. So carefully clean around that. This one is now shot. It is way too full. I will get rid of this, but now clean the mirror before you clean this. Glass and stainless steel, by the way. Spray away is my favorite. This stuff is phenomenal. But the reason I say do the mirror, then this, you should always work top down, because if I clean this, then I spray this on here, little piece of this are gonna get down here and I'm gonna have to re-wipe it anyways, so just top to bottom. Hoping when I spray this, it's gonna show you what I mean. But either way, if I were cleaning this and wiping it off and there was any dust particles or anything, dog hair, cat hair, that was gonna fly, it's gonna come down onto my next surface. So then I have to clean this and then clean whatever's below that. That's what I mean, top down. In case you haven't seen any of my spring cleaning. But see? It went right there. Okay, mirror's done. And also, this brings up another cleaning part I want to talk about. To make my life super, super easy, I have color-coded microfibers when I'm cleaning. No, they don't always stay the same. Sometimes they switch up. But like, since I had this one as just my wet water rag, the yellow, that's now what that is while I'm cleaning today. I brought out the pink with the Mrs. Meyer's. So now the pink is my multi-surface cleaner for today while I'm cleaning. Blue, so spray away. It just makes my life so much easier, so that way I don't accidentally grab the wrong rag for the wrong surface. Mirror's been cleaned and dusted. This has been dusted. Then you go back in, just like the other piece of furniture, spray it down, and clean it up. You saw a tiny bit of that did get up here toward the mirror. Just kind of wipe it a little bit. It's no big deal. Putting all my knickknacks back, I will take the rag for the multi-surface cleaner, spray it a little bit, and as I'm putting stuff back, I will use it just to wipe everything down, get it, all the dust and everything off of it. That had a really bad spot. And then put it all back where it goes. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on because I wanna clean that out, and I'm gonna show you, there's 2 ways I clean these out. Makes it really easy. But for one of them, I need the wax inside of it to be melted. I don't know why I have these fake candles. They don't work. I put new batteries, they don't work. I never turn them on when they do work. So they just sit there. All year long, when it's not a holiday, they're just sitting there, getting no use and collecting dust. Your fake plants get really dusty too, so don't forget to dust them as well. Everything's back. I do keep the remote for the fan and the light up here because the little piece that it sits in is still on the wall behind the TV. We didn't take it off when we switched them out, and now I can't reach it. So it sits up here. As well as the crazy catnip thing, because I need to be able to watch them so they don't fight or break it. The coffee table, as mentioned earlier. Step 1 for this one is definitely take everything off, but I don't put that tray on my couch. Normally I'll just like chuck these over there, and then whatever the centerpiece is, same thing. This is gross, so I'm not putting that on my couch. There is stuff literally here, 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 here. As I'm on it, it's everywhere. It is filthy, as well as all these little cracks down here. They get so gross. So I will spray a little heavier than normal. Give that a second to sit in, and I will spray down here as well. One of my absolute favorite cleaning tools, I will never not have one of these on hand. It is a blade, metal on one side, like an actual razor blade, and then a plastic, pretty safe razor blade on the other side. This is the one I'll use for like my furniture and stuff. The real razor blade, that's for the kitchen. But for this, I will scrape the entire top. I'm not gonna let you guys listen to that sound, but I'm going to scrape the entire top. You can already see where I scraped all the way across the top. So I just wanna note something. 1, if your furniture cannot handle this, don't do it. This furniture's through 5 kids, several years, it's cool, we're fine. But know your furniture. The other thing, no, I don't go through this level every time I clean this. This is if I've been lazy and haven't cleaned it in several days, then I gotta go to this level. Otherwise, just spraying it down and wiping it typically does the job. You know you're scrubbing good when you pop your razor blade out. But all that came off. Look at all that grossness in there. It's easy to fix though. You just unscrew this little piece, pop it back in, re-screw it, and you're good to go. But look at all that stuff that it came off. This is why I say that a razor blade like this is your best friend. Look at all this crap. It's getting off my table. If you've never used a kitchen scraper before, I will go ahead and give you a word of caution. Make sure whatever you're scraping is damp first. I don't care if it's water, I don't care if it's multi-surface cleaner, whatever it is. Don't try and use this, especially not this side. Don't use it on a dry surface because you're more likely to scratch. So just make sure it's wet. Flip this rag around. Okay. And I'm gonna take a clean side and wipe down the top. The tray that goes on this will not be here much longer. Fall decor is coming out and I really have no idea what I'm doing at this table. But for now, this is the tray in question. I got it at HomeSense, I think. It was on clearance, so it did have a few little imperfections, but this is just an antibacterial wipe. I'm gonna wipe it down first. Still very much damp, so I'm gonna let this dry for a second. Plant has something, looks like pasta sauce. Who knows with my kids? Gotta wipe this down. Dust it a little. Put the plant back. I keep rotating the candle that sits there right now. It's the ginger peach tea from Aldi. It's actually quite interesting. So, but normally I keep some kind of seasonal candle up there. And then my kids, hi Beanie. Hi buddy. Can I help you? Will you smell the candle? Does it smell good? No? Okay. All right. But I usually have some kind of seasonal candle that sits there. I have the red, white, and blue little firecracker pop. I have that one, and that was sitting there for the 4th of July. And this one I'll just turn around so it looks like this for summer. I still need to do the floors, so ignore that. But now, the living room on camera looks exactly the same as it did before. So I have a clean house that I just cleaned, but you saw how much stuff actually needed to be tackled in that living room. And there's still more stuff if I really want to nitpick. So I'm hoping with the living room alone, you're seeing the point that I'm trying to make, is that just because it might look clean on the camera, it doesn't mean it actually looks clean, and it especially didn't feel clean to me. This whole area felt really gross and I needed to tackle that. But if I would have just been flashing my camera around doing a get it all done, you would have noticed, you wouldn't have even seen it, and it does look like it's clean already. My dining room is where I've been storing all of my bottles while I've been cleaning. And then these chairs are on my list for the start of a new month, which will be after this one. But looking from here, it doesn't look bad, minus the cleaners. Ignore that. It doesn't look bad. But when you really start looking, that's paint or some kind of marker from my daughter. That's pencil on my chair that needs to be clean next to, oh, an adorable sleeping kitty. More paint. I think that's paint. I'm not sure. And I'm hoping to God that is not permanent marker. I'm really hoping that's washable because I just now noticed that right now with you guys. And it goes on and on under this table, thanks to baby Picasso. Gwen has done this her whole life. She knows not to. We talk to her about it. We try our best to monitor the art supplies at the table, but they're kids. Stuff happens. This is why I'm gonna show you how to clean that up. When my little baby Picasso does stuff like this, there's a lot of different ways that you can clean it off. These are just my personal favorites to handle any paint, marker, color, pencil, anything like that that she does anywhere on my house. Old Faithful Magic Eraser. This will always be my go-to, but there are two others. If you don't have one of these on hand or you want to try something different, but this still is numero uno every day. Scrub Daddy Power Paste. This stuff is amazing. I mostly use this on my stovetop and my stainless steel sinks, but I've also used this on the glass shower doors, inside the shower, inside the tub. Amazing stuff. As well as this, it's basically this, but pink. But both of these can be abrasive, which is why people are afraid of them. They're afraid they're gonna scratch their surfaces. I've used this stuff all over my house, all over my house. And I have yet to scratch anything. The only thing I did do was take a little bit of my paint off of my walls, but guess what? I've done that with one of these too, and these are not abrasive. But both of these are equally good, and I will show you on one of these, but fantastic products too, good stuff. My little Dollar Tree bucket, I've used this thing for cleaning for years. It's just one of their little Tupperwares. Wet and wring out your Magic Eraser. And I always have a dry cloth for any residue, but you literally just wipe it off and it's gone. Oh, and I normally cut these either in half or even into thirds, depending on the amount of work I'm gonna be doing, so you don't waste the whole one of these either. That's a good tip. And keep going. And right here, there's a little bit on that wood. Gwenny, did you do art projects on the table again?
I didn't do that today.
Not today, but you did do it, didn't you? The pink stuff, by the way, if you have non-scrubbable painted walls, like those builder grade paint walls like we had for a while in this house, this was the only thing that I could use to clean my walls and get spots off my walls because it didn't take off that paint. So that's another thing to know about this product if you have builder grade paint walls. Magic Eraser. Hi, Val. I know, I'm sorry. I'm invading your space. I'm sorry. Okay, and that right there is actually a stain from a red marker she used probably a good 6 months ago now. It ain't never coming off. Yeah, that's pencil. So the Magic Eraser will take that easily.
Yeah.
Gwen, you know you're not supposed to do this.
I know.
I'm gonna go Magic Eraser first. This might actually need one of the abrasive ones. I don't know yet.
It's working.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure that might also be Sharpie though.
I don't know what that is. And I don't know who brought it, but it was not me.
All right, we're gonna try one of the other products on this. The pink stuff also looks like strawberry yogurt and it doesn't have an offensive smell at all. So I always recommend if you do have a jar of this, keep it away from small children.
Oh, that actually works.
I know, thank you. This is just a dry scrub, Mommy, so it still has all that integrity for scrubbing.
They're still on the back.
I know, I'm not there yet.
Oh.
All right, but it came off of that, which is good. My dye-free scrub Mommy might not be dye-free anymore after this, but at least my chair doesn't have a marker on anymore. So the combination of the two, permanent marker is also gone. The pink stuff is winning on this table because this is where that red marker line was that I showed you guys. It's gone.
Yeah, I drew that when I was just young.
Well, I just scrubbed it off with what was left of the pink stuff on this and wiped it down. It's gone now. All the edges are done. The top of the dining room table, this will get wiped down after dinner every night when we eat, but it doesn't always get thoroughly scrubbed, but it does still look clean from the distance. My kids still do art at this table and there's some kind of black marker or paint right here and right here that just kind of like meshes in with the table. Magic eraser. But all over here, there's even more art, like that's a strip of purple. Don't really know what it is. Looks like a marker. But I will use the magic eraser up here. This right here looks like a little bit of green paint. So I will use my scraper on this table as well and take up anything that looks like it's stuck. Now that all the paint and everything is scrubbed off of this, then I will clean it like normal. But I'm gonna take this out of the way and move you guys to better lighting. You see Elsa running around my house today, isn't she cute? Snack pack. Also think of as Billy Madison whenever anyone has a snack pack. If you can concur, please let me know. But snack packs to me equal Billy Madison. Since we eat at this table, I will use something antibacterial on this table. The bottle of what I'm using, it is very strong scented. This is a very open area, so I'm fine, and I don't go very heavy-handed with this. That's about it. Wipe it off. And I will let the wood finish drying before I put the centerpiece back on. Otherwise, you're letting all that moisture sit on your wood and hold it there. Wood is now dry. This thing has no decorative anything to it anymore. I've got a bunch of just random crap in here now, but centerpiece back on table. When I said it is very random, I put these over here to be functional, and then I found salt and pepper shakers for Halloween because I want the cookie jar that looks like this so bad, and I still cannot get my hands on it, but at least I have this little miniature one, so I'll eventually be putting salt and pepper in those when I decorate for Halloween, but that's there now. And we had a house elf, we got a house elf weeks ago, and I just stuck him on that jar because I didn't know what to do with him. So when I say it's random, it is. Cute little Mako laying there. But the dining room now is actually clean, and it definitely wasn't before, but I see no paint, nothing stuck on here, so it'll be ready to eat when we're coming to dinner tonight. The kitchen, before I even start working on anything, this is what it looks like, and it'll look just like this when I'm done, as you saw with the living room, but you see nothing visible. I have so enjoyed just having a candle on the counter that I light at night, but I'm also very ready for the fall little centerpiece that I put here, which also has a candle, so it doesn't really matter. But this has been so easy just to move out of the way and put groceries or whatever here, but at the same time, I'm very much missing my centerpiece. Do you keep something on your island, or do you not have anything there at all? Working from top down, the first thing I'm gonna do is actually tackle that little sticky mess right there. I will not be doing the inside of my microwave because I'm going to do that in my monthly reset because wow, my teenagers have been going nuts with that. But I am gonna do the outside first, and once I handle that, then I'll move down into this mess. I have two go-to cleaners when it comes to my stainless steel. You can use baby oil, you can use several different things to clean this. You use whatever you like. I'm just telling you what I like. If it's for fast cleans, this right here all day long, the spray way is where I go. If I want to repel the fingerprints, I want it to stay clean for a longer period of time, I will go here. But when you use this product, you do have to buff it in, and then you have to go back behind it and wipe it back down with the grain. It is a lot more work. There's a lot more benefit here because it does stay cleaner longer. But if you're just wanting it clean for right now, this is still fantastic. And this is where I'm going today. See, right here. And it is stuck on there, okay? But you just spray it on. And all of it comes right off. I also clean this like my stainless steel before I mess with that. On to the monstrosity. I have several different ways I clean this. They all work fantastic. It just depends on what level of clean you're striving for. For this one, I can honestly go any level, but for standard cleans, this stuff right here, antibacterial, it cuts through grease and everything. I will spray this on, let it sit for all of 30 seconds, take my little scraper, and then wipe it down, and it's beautiful. But that's if there's nothing really too stuck on. But this, for quick cleans and disinfecting and cutting the grease, fantastic. But again, asthmatic warning on this, very strong. For the deeper cleans, I will wipe it down with some Dawn, get all the grease off of it first. Then I will either come in with the Power Paste and a Scrub Mommy, scrub the crap out of this, and then wipe it down. Or I will use an actual glass top cleaner. I have two brands that I like. I don't have a bottle of the other one right now, but I do have this one. This works really good. If you've got some surface scratches, it will get in it and it will kind of like hide the scratches better. This is like top level of work. If you want this thing looking brand spanking new, this will still make it look pretty close to brand new on its own and a little less work than that. For today, I'm gonna go Power Paste. Power Paste comes with its own Scrub Mommy. This is a little bit of Dawn on it. I'm just gonna scrub this real quick to get any grease. Get a little extra water. At this stage, not that stage, that's already got its own abrasive features. This is when I will break out the tool and I will go over every single inch of this. I am using the plastic one because I used this on the Blackstone and it completely rusted out my razor blade, so I still have to switch that out. Otherwise, I would be using the real razor blade on this. Sponge side, just kind of wipe it down, wring it out, rinse it out, wipe it down again. And it's okay to leave some of the Dawn on here. It doesn't have to be fully wiped off yet. The reason I say that is we're trying to get some of it off so it's not gonna bubble too much, but we are gonna put more water down, open the Power Paste, put the scrubbing side in there, push it down and turn it. And it will cover like that. And then you're gonna do this in circles all around, edge to edge. What is that, Food Network? Crust to crust is a must. Do you watch The Kitchen? I watch The Kitchen, I love that show. And they do that whole crust to crust is a must when you're buttering your bread. Pretty. I rinsed out the Scrub Mommy. So then I try and wipe off as much of the product as I can. Rinse it out, wring it out, and go again. And get it off all the way. The reason I say make sure you get it off is because if I were to just wipe it right now and it still has this white haze, this stuff will leave kind of like a little gritty white film behind. So you wanna make sure you get this completely cleaned off. It'll look like you sprinkled baking soda over the top of it if you don't get it all off. This is just a damp rag, nothing too special. Countertops work the same as every other surface we've been working on. Keep going top to bottom, and then anything that's on your countertops that's crumbs and stuff while you're cleaning it, you can flick it to the floor because then you're gonna vacuum and mop. And when you're doing the countertops, take off everything that's on your countertops that you can take off so you can get a thorough clean. This is my go-to for the countertops only because it's antibacterial. So this is my go-to. I've used the Mrs. Meyer's. I've used a damp rag with Dawn. I've used all kinds of other cleaners because I product test. But this is my current go-to, at least for the kitchen counters. Like I said, you're gonna take everything off. This one I should probably do differently, but oh well. Bringing you closer so you can see all of this nastiness was underneath it. All this was underneath. All those crumbs were stuck. And this little mark still where it comes out. Also, the crack in between my countertop and my stove, look at how bad that is right there on this side. It does get a lot more stuck on this side because this side we have a slightly wider hole, so everything just kind of like falls through, which is horrible. But this side doesn't look as bad as this side. First thing I'm gonna do is spray down all the countertops. While the chemical is sitting, this is an antibacterial wipe and just a standard butter knife. I like to take it and wrap it around the butter knife so then I can wedge that into the crack and pull and clean every bit of that out of there. Like so, and it gets all the gunk on both sides. Fold it around a little more, and then I'm just gonna clean this side as well. Just wipe down the counters. If anything catches my rag, I will pull out my scraper, like right there as I say that, and I will push everything to the floor because that's gonna be the last thing I do is all the floors. So gross. Look at the rag and everything on it on counters that didn't look that bad, but now put everything back, wipe it down first. Another prime example of why I say wipe it down first, there's spaghetti sauce, there's oil, all kinds of stuff on that little tray that holds my utensils, so wipe it down first. See? Much better. Earlier I mentioned about cleaning the Scentsies and that I have several different ways of doing this. This one has wax that's been in it for a couple days, and you could see this weird old yellow waxy ring and stuff. I'm gonna show you how to get that off very easily. First thing though is popping the wax out. This is one that has been sitting and it's completely hardened. I do have this little stick from Scentsy and I just get up under it, pop it out. It's really easy. If it does break in there, I'll still just wedge it out completely with the stick and pop it out. For this one over here that has the wet wax inside the top of it, the easiest way to do this is cotton balls. I will just stick 2 cotton balls in there and let them soak all of it up. I had to turn the light off so you can actually see what's happening in there. But now I got all the wax. I just kind of wipe it around a little bit and all the wax is stuck in these 2. For any additional dust, since this one's still hot, I will just take a dry paper towel and I will go around the top and clean it off. But you could tell there's nothing stuck to this one. This one though, that has all this extra crap, magic eraser. Take a look at it beforehand. I've barely done anything and the whole middle looks great. If any of the wax is super sticking, like I do cheaper brands and I do Scentsy bars, some of the cheaper ones are not as easy to clean. Take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and it'll take every bit of that out. But just a little extra elbow grease and it's all clean anyways from just that. The magic eraser makes it look perfect again, like nothing ever happened. Same optical illusion as the TV. You guys are pretty far away. You could probably see some of the fingerprints on here, not a whole lot of them. And if I moved you guys all of 2 feet more, 3 feet more, you wouldn't see anything and this would look great, but it doesn't. And I showed you earlier just how bad it actually is. So this also gets the same treatment as earlier. Anytime you're doing stainless steel with the grain. So if the little, what that means, if you're confused, if you look in there, there's little grains. They either go vertical or horizontal and you wipe with them. Mine go side to side. Same perspective as earlier, before I did anything to this kitchen, but look at it now. It looks a million times better, although to you guys, it probably looks the exact same. Do I still have to do the floors? Yes. But I can't use my Scentsy, so I'm gonna light the candle. This is typically the international sign of that room is clean, so stay out of it. And I don't know about you, but I love when I'm done cleaning the kitchen at night and all the dishes are done to light this candle as my like, I'm finished. However though, I'm not finished. I do have to still do the floors, and there are other areas in my kitchen that I could do because they're not clean, but that's defeating my purpose. I think I've showed enough of how this works, but like my stainless steel sink, that needs to be scrubbed down. It is like, what is it? 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I still have to cook dinner. I'm still gonna have dinner dishes and everything. I will handle that later this evening, scrub that down and get that done. So all the rest of this right now is good, but the floors are driving me nuts because I've been cleaning everything and putting it down to the floor. I need to go on that. My kids have already been here. My daughter's little purse. Mako's sleeping, he wants his throw blanket, it's in the wash. The kid's got something on it like normal. When it comes to floors, again, I have different levels of what I do. I have one of those vacuum and mop all-in-one combos. Love it, it is fantastic. But I have an area rug here and out in that hallway. I've tried doing it over the area rug and it leaves a mark, like a dirty little mark. So I don't let it touch my area rugs anymore. It's just a paranoia thing for me. So I end up having to vacuum my area rugs and then doing that with the tile for my faster cleans. If I wanted to deeper clean my floors, I will vacuum every inch, then I will pull out the cedar mop and I will clean from inch to inch, ignoring, you know, obviously the carpets. But that is my, if I'm going to deep clean. If I'm gonna fast clean it, I'm pulling out the other thing. It is fantastic. Clean floor. Looks like it, but it's not. This is all the catnip that's coming out of their little house that you can't see from far away. Yeah, they already have a Halloween house. It's adorable. And there's Voodoo. She's wondering why I'm talking about her house. But right here, see whatever that is? You couldn't see that from that far away, nor could you see all the glitter from Elsa running around in her dress. That's all over the floor too. Over here, something there, something there, something there, something spilled, all right here. But if I do this on my camera, can't see none of it.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just... Here she comes with a massive pile of bottles again, but it is what it is. When my floors have actual like dirt level caked into them, this stuff does really well at breaking down dirt. Like when we had the backyard being redone and they were dragging in all the sand all the time, this was my go-to. It's still really good, but this one's more for like actual dirt. If I want antibacterial, as you can tell, this bottle is very loved. I hate the scent of this. Honestly, I'm not a pine girl, but it does say, hey, my house is clean, but this is also antibacterial, which is why I go here a lot. This stuff off the TikTok shop, however, this stuff right here smells incredible. It cleans the floor so good. You use half a cup for an entire bucket. This is where I'm going today just because I want that smell, but I'm pretty sure I'm like 95% this is not antibacterial, but it cleans really well. I'm going to eyeball half a cup. Might have been a little more, but I don't care. Mop head could definitely use with a washing, if not a replacing, and they're easy to just pop off and pop back on. I do have a spare one that I use on my cabinets and my walls. This one I have floor specific. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't
won't forget. Yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse.
Now my house is officially clean, or at least the main living areas and the floors, which always make me feel so much better. Gotta wait for Hunter to stop tap dancing across the tile. But I really hope this video came across more as just showing you guys what to do, not like a nagging or anything kind of video about picking on content creators or cleaning videos in specific, because that wasn't the intent. This was mostly just to be fun. I woke up the other night with this thought popping in my head because I was scrolling through TikTok, and I do personally watch cleaning videos, and in the comment section there were just so many people with "you're cleaning a clean house, you're cleaning a clean house." So this kind of popped in my head. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you. Every comment, like, it means the absolute world to me. I love what I do, and being able to help even one person truly does make my day. I am so ready to see this all transitioned over into fall. I am curious if you made it this far. Let me know down below if you guys decorate for fall, for Halloween, or if you kind of mix the two, because usually I do fall and then go into Halloween. I'm not sure what I want to do yet this year, but I'm so ready for it. But I'll keep rambling on for that forever. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Thank you so much. Subscribe, thumbs up, all that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.